Hey everybody, I'm Leslie Draper and this is my first YouTube live video. I'm actually streaming from my backyard. It's a little colder here than I thought it would be, so I don't know how long I'm going to talk because it's quite chilly. I even went and got an extra jacket because it is a lot chillier out here than I thought. But I wanted to do this first live video and talk about spiritual sandpaper. This seems to be coming up a lot for my clients, for my friends, for those that I know, that I get feedback from, that I'm seeing what you post on social media. And it seems that there's a lot going on right now where maybe you feel like life is just pushing at you. And it feels like life is pushing you either into a corner or out of your comfort zone. It can feel like it's just really hard to find your groove when it just feels like you're being pushed and pushed and pushed. I want to propose to you that this is actually spiritual sandpaper. I want to propose that this is Spirit's way of helping you get ready and get prepared for the next phase in your own evolution. A friend of mine actually had a really good quote the other night that I liked, and it was this: you can't escape your own evolution. And I think that she's right. I think that we're in a time of great evolution on this planet. We're in a time of great soul growth. And so if you really stop to take a minute and just do a quick inventory of the things that have been happening in the last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, see if there's a bigger plan at play. See if maybe you are being pushed and guided and helped into that higher state of living, into that higher place of consciousness. See if maybe everything that's happening isn't happening to you, but it's happening for you. I know that my life has certainly seen a lot of changes since in the last few months. In fact, I started getting pushed by Spirit to move my healing center into a bigger location, and I was really kind of hesitant to do it. I had a small space that I could easily afford, and you know, the thought of giving up that comfort where there was no real pressure and moving into a more formal space. I had wanted to start my own love church for a while, but space was always scary to me, that idea of being responsible for renting a bigger space. And so I couldn't go from, you know, like step A to step E. I needed to go through all the letters in between, the B, the C, the D. That's fine. So Spirit started moving me along the checkerboard of life to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. And sometimes those steps, because I was resistant and I had work I had to do before I could get to where I needed to be, they were uncomfortable. It's a rebirthing. Rebirthing can be terribly uncomfortable. It can definitely leave you feeling very squeezed and very pushed, very raw, very exposed, and very vulnerable. And so I want you to just take a big step back and look at the bigger picture. Is everything that you're going through, is it for some divine purpose? Is this aligning you to something greater that you never would have had? You know, the space I'm in now that I have my healing center, I can easily accommodate 30 people. So I can easily accommodate classes, galleries, and love church services for up to 30 people without any kind of problem whatsoever. I couldn't have done that at the old place. And so I had to move from one place to another place and then into the place where I am right now, because I needed those in-between steps. And the in-between place was never supposed to be a long-term solution. It was only the step to get me from where I was to where I needed to be. And of course that meant it was uncomfortable, and it was very uncomfortable for a lot of reasons. But from where I am now, I can see purpose and value in it 100%. So what can you see about that in your own life? How can you see that you are being, what's the word I want? Spiritual sandpaper is rubbing off the edges and the parts of you that no longer serve you, so that you can move into that higher vibrational state of living. Really take a big step back. I think we find that spiritual sandpaper is at work a lot more than we realize. And that if we will be willing to just trust and trust Spirit and trust our angels and trust our guides and take that leap of faith, we can get there with a lot more ease and a lot more grace. Some of us are stubborn, you know, some of us just like to do it the hard way. We like to, I can't go from, you know, A to E, I got to go through every step in between, even though E is exactly where I want to be. And I'm happy to say the new space I have is 700 square feet, and I pay $65 more a month for the new space than I paid for the space that was 80 square feet. So it was definitely like an amazing transition and transformation, and it's one that was absolutely for my highest good and for the highest good of those I serve and those I work with. But I had to go through the steps to get there. Even I was thinking about this earlier in 2007, 2008, especially 2007, I decided I wanted to move from the small town of Tecumseh, Oklahoma to Norman, Oklahoma. And I let my friends and my family really get in my head, and they told me that that was ridiculous, that Norman was so much more expensive than Tecumseh, and that would be a very, very poor move to make. And so what we did is we actually went from Tecumseh to Texas and had a lot of spiritual sandpaper roughing us up in Texas. Then when we moved back to Oklahoma in 2011, guess where we ended up? In Norman, the place where we were supposed to be all along. But because I had to go through all the steps, the B, the C, the D, I had to take the long way. So my trip to Norman, Oklahoma went through Texas, went south of the Oklahoma border into Texas to get me to where I needed to be. And now that I have clarity on that, and I can see that with clarity and hindsight, because of course hindsight is always 20/20, I can see the value in those experiences. And I'm grateful that I had them, because every one of them helped me be the person I'm supposed to be today. So today's just little talk is about spiritual sandpaper and what that means to each of us. Life is either happening to you or it's happening for you, right? Everyone in your life is either there to help you get to where you want to be, or you believe that they are there to stop you or hold you up or slow you down. There's two ways to look at it. I choose to believe that everyone in my life, even those that do not consider themselves my friend, even those that would stand against the work that I do and the ministry that I have, I even see them as an important step in helping me get to where I am, because they're the spiritual sandpaper. They are exactly what gets us to the next point. So whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, maybe you have a career that you really want that your family doesn't support. Maybe you want to go back to school because you're unhappy in your present job. It feels like it's dead ending for you and you want to be able to go back to school to do something else. Maybe you're in a relationship that is really unhealthy, or maybe it's not even that bad. Maybe it just doesn't fulfill you anymore and you really want to spread your wings and fly and try to make a life for yourself and about yourself. Whatever it is, I just encourage you to look at the situation, at the people around you, and really ask yourself, are they here to help me become who I'm supposed to be through either loving me, supporting me, encouraging me, or are they my spiritual sandpaper? Are they here to make me uncomfortable? Are they here to rough me up a little bit, you know, kind of sandpaper down my edges, to take away some of the beliefs or some of the memories or some of the traumas, some of the pain, some of my own inability to believe in myself that is holding me back? Spiritual sandpaper is there to pave the way. It's there to get all of the junk off of you so that you can move forward into who you are and what you're supposed to do. So that is my very first YouTube Live. I'm moving from Facebook Live. I've been doing Facebook Live videos now for about, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, almost daily. You know, sometimes I might skip a day here and there, but almost daily. So I've definitely, I think at the last tally, I had like 1,100 or 1,200 Facebook Live videos. And Facebook is just getting so difficult to deal with that I'm just moving everything over to YouTube. And the Love Church will be streamed every other Sunday morning at 10 a.m. here on this YouTube channel. So if you want to participate, just come back here and Sunday mornings and you'll be able to watch us live. Now what I'm told is that once I get 1,000 subscribers, I can do forgot what she called it, super chat maybe, and that way I can see your comments post as I'm live on YouTube. That's not an option yet. That will be in the future. The other thing is that I will be posting these videos to my Facebook account and maybe even Instagram if I can figure out how to do that. I'm an Instagram baby here. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But I will be sharing those there. So if you're someone from Facebook that's gotten used to my videos, my daily videos, or if you're someone new that's just stumbled across them on YouTube, the best thing to do is click the red subscribe button, okay, and then it will send you what I do. And if you click, there's a little bell. If you also click on that bell, you will get an alert on your phone or via email every time I start a live video. That way you can be sure and keep up with the videos, because I know a lot of you like to chat during them and to ask questions and so forth. So that will happen just as soon as I get 1,000 subscribers, okay? All right, everybody, have a fantastic Monday. I wish you all lots of joy and happiness and warmth, especially if you're in Oklahoma this evening. So have a great one. Namaste. Now, if I can figure out how to turn the thing off, and I do not know. Let's just try this.